quick, somebody get Dahboo 7 and Woodward TV. We need their analysts, their expert analysts on this new Mars rover situation. I mean, they even transferred footage. Did you see the footage? It was epic black and white footage they transferred back to us through the Van Allen radiation belt. And we want an expert analyst from Dahboo and Woodward so we can know all that we need to know about what we're seeing here. We need to know about the incredible CGI graphics that they showed to prove that they landed this thing on Mars. Come on, Dahboo 7 and Woodward, we need you. We need you. You look, even a call for an uprising, who, from my understanding, has been pretty against flat Earth for a long time. Even he had to release a video today and just admit it's complete garbage. It's complete nonsense. All the footage and all the documentation so far on this Mars rover. I mean, what better promotion can we get now than NASA promoting this this footage and these black and white pictures and the CGI graphics? What more promotion can we ask for? Because at this point, everybody has heard about the what we've been saying about space and NASA and stuff like that. And you know, we've been in the comments, and Dahboo and Woodward's just been continuing to ignore it all for years and years and years, just completely thinking flat Earth is foolish. And of course we've been to space. Of course we've been to the moon, right? Well, after all these years of hearing that and denying it and rejecting our insight, then NASA goes and releases this and promotes it across, you know, just all over the place. They're promoting this Mars stuff. And so at this point, this is where our comments really start to kick in. When you guys are continuing to let Dahboo and Woodward and all these so-called truthers know about what we know about space and the level Earth and everything. They can ignore it all they want, but at a certain point, it gets to this point where they're releasing footage, and you can't deny that it's CGI, and it's not impressive at all for 2020. You know what you would expect in 2021. You know, from NASA, you would expect incredible HD footage and 4K video, and you know, but instead you get black and white photos and CGI still. So it's the same old tricks. They don't want to risk showing us graphics or footage with red tint to act like they don't want to risk that stuff. They'd rather just show black and white footage, as if they don't have the technology to show us 4K ultra HD footage. You know, they're showing us black and white stuff still. So at this point, this is where so-called truthers that have been rejecting our information all this time, they're starting to see, like, hey, wait a minute, maybe we are onto something after all, right? I can't wait to see if Dahboo 7 and Woodward actually fanboy this stuff still. You know, like, I want to see, because they usually get super excited about the latest NASA news. Oh, there's an asteroid. There's a new planet found. Mars. You know, and all that stuff. They just get so excited every time NASA releases something. So what's different from this one? Why so quiet now? Let's hear your excitement about this new footage for Mars, Dahboo 7 and Woodward, and all you truthers like David Icke and everybody out there that so-called is a truther, who still can't see, who still refuse to look into what we've been trying to tell you about reality and Earth. It's all, you know, been propaganda. We don't live where they've been telling us we live. This is a big deal. Yes, it's not so crazy now, is it? Like, I don't know, guys. I'm hoping they release something. I just got to see like their take on this. Because at this point, I'd be pretty surprised if they're still falling for it. Like, I know they've been these truthers have been so like reluctant to research the topic of flat Earth, but at this point, they gotta see this. They gotta. I'm sure they've woken up by now, at least to the point where they understand now. Like, hey, wait a minute, this is CGI graphics and black and white photos in 2021. So at this point, if they're still pushing this NASA propaganda to you, if these truth channels are still doing that, well, so-called truth channels, if they still can't see through it, I mean, we got to seriously question their insight. And you know, like, it's one thing to, like, I'm not saying they have to buy it, you know, I'm not saying they have to become a flat earther right now, but I'm just saying at this point they got to be questioning at least space travel and, you know, all this propaganda we've been seeing. So otherwise, like, how insightful are they really? How much of a researcher are they really? If there's certain doors they refuse to look into, you know, it's like all that their whole audience has, well, not their whole audience, but a good portion of their audience has been telling them to look into this for the longest, and they just stubbornly continue to refuse to look into it, the information, you know, the real information, not the Flat Earth Society stuff. I'm talking about the real information. They just can't get to it. There's too much other important stuff going on. They can't figure this one out. But now, maybe they can. We'll see. We'll see. I don't think it would take much for them to see this is all nonsense by now. Like I said, even though they refuse to listen to us, and I mean, Dahboo 7 blocked me off commenting. I'm sure Woodward has too. Like, you can't even leave comments about flat Earth on their channel. They'll block you. They just close their eyes and plug their ears anytime they hear flat Earth. You know, it's like at this point they got to be waking up a little bit more, at least, to see like, hey, you know, something's off. You know, maybe you shouldn't be making a video every time NASA releases something about outer space. Maybe it's time you start realizing what's really going on. All right. So look, I'm finishing up my newest video. It's going to be epic. We're going to cover several theories about what's outside the firmament. Look, some people just don't understand that I really have the need to explore all logical options. So, like, with the level firmament versus the dome firmament, it's like these discussions need to be discussed. We can't just ignore everything that we don't like necessarily agree with. Like, there's logical arguments for both. So, and plus, and the same thing for when I release this new video about what's outside the firmament. There's several options here. So there's several things we can explore. We are going to explore. So stay tuned for that. Click your notification bell on my Feature Mine 2 channel. Chip in $1 on my Patreon page if you can help this channel out to keep me online, so I can put out more and more videos. Thank you for all your support, and I'll leave all links in the comment section in the description box.